So good evening, everyone. Today we are going to have the second session on forgiveness. In the last session, we have studied or we have just touched the forgiveness from a very theoretical angle. We have seen why people need to forgive, what are the benefits of forgiving, what are the obstacles of forgiving, why it is so difficult to forgive sometimes, what should be the correct process of forgiveness, many other small and big aspects we have tried to touch about forgiveness. It's a topic that is vast, and I think thousands of books are written. If you open the Google and start reading the quotes, there are uncountable number of quotes on forgiveness, the value of forgiveness. Every religion teaches you that forgiveness is a virtue. The Mahatma Gandhi has said that only those who are strong can forgive. The forgiveness is not for the weaks. So, is it solving our problem or is it creating more confusions in our life? Is it really taking us to the real concept of forgiveness, or we are just lost in books and the theories and the benefit aspect? And when we are unable to forgive people, we are feeling that we are wrong. There is something wrong in our thought process. There is something wrong um, in our ability to be a virtuous and courageous person. All these thought patterns have a practical aspect, and we today we are going to look only at the practical aspect of forgiveness. Not no part of the theory is required here. But still, for those who have missed the last session, let me remind you few things. Uh, there are steps to be taken to the forgiveness, and forgiveness is not necessary for the person who has done the harm. The person who has done the harm, he has his own reasons. That was his personality, that was the consequences, that was the need of the hour, or whatever his or her point of view. The effect of that event, the mal effect or the consequences, is being felt with our mind and our body, our relation. The health is at stake. So I am not forgiving anyone for being a virtuous person. I'm not forgiving anyone for being strong or courageous. I don't believe in that concept either, because if you feel that you are not able to forgive and you are a weak person because of that, that is giving a jolt to your self-worth. You're not feeling good that okay, I'm a human being, sometimes I fail to forgive, or maybe I don't know the real process of forgiveness, that's why I'm unable to forgive. But you are in a difficult thing in your inner version of you. You are in turmoil, you are feeling that I have to forgive. And sometimes the person who has done wrong to you is living with you and doing that harms again, and he is having a very good life, and you are having a lot of health problems and a lot of issues because of that event that has taken place. So you are feeling guilty, you are feeling shame, you are feeling hurt. So these all emotions are actually damaging your mind, body, and your health. So I am professing the forgiveness for no virtue, for no religious reason, for not being a strong personality, but only for one strong reason. That this is my body, and I'm responsible for keeping it healthy. And these emotions are causing me unhealthy features. This emotions are not letting me be happy. Because of them, my chakras are being blocked. Because of that, my mind body is not functioning properly. My glandular level is being all the glands are not functioning properly. So I am doing just for the sake of my health. Just when some you go to a doctor and you are advised that you have high BP, just exercise, go for a walk, and you start walking. Okay, not because of you that you want to be a virtuous person or you want to be a courageous person or anything, but only because you want to be healthy. Here also, we are discussing and we are looking at the forgiveness from one point of view, that I want my freedom back. I want my soul to live happily. I want to be joyous. I want to be healthy. And I want my mind to perform at the optimum level. What happens if I am angry on someone because he has done something wrong, and I need to forgive and let go and release that thought from my mind? I am continuously angry. What is happening? My focus, my concentration is getting difficult. I am talking to that person all the time. What I'm doing is I'm answering. I'm creating a situation when we two are sitting and I'm giving answers to them, or maybe I'm taking revenge. And that person in reality is not responding. That person is blooming. That person is not offended or feeling any mercy or guilty about what he has done. You feel more anger. The anger is getting increased day by day. And what is happening in your body? You get diabetes, you get uh, you read the Louis Hay book, and you will find that many cancers are happening just because we are keeping many emotions stuck in our body. So for that, I need to forgive. What forgiveness is not about is that after I have forgiven a person, I don't have to reconcile with that person. I don't have to start reliving happily with that person. You know, there are boundaries, and if he has crossed the boundary, if there is something that is disturbing my peace of mind, I still want to keep the distance. I still want to dignifiedly say that I don't want you to interfere in my life. Yeah, but I don't want the interference discreetly happening in my body, discreetly interfering into my daily activity. So forgiveness, after forgiveness, you don't have to start hanging around with the one who has harmed you. This was a misconception that I have faced many a times, because when you have forgiven a person, you are asked that, okay, now you should start living happily with the same person. Sometimes it is very difficult. So it is not about forgetting the pain, it is not about reconciling, it is not about um, starting having the relation so that the next person can damage you, harm you, or affect you in the similar manner that has caused you emotional turmoil. No, these are not the part of forgiveness. So, forgiveness is what my body has felt a lot of pain and hurt when a certain action is done towards me. I'm releasing that pain. I'm releasing that hurt so that I don't have to talk in my head to that person. I should not have the thoughts of revenge for that person. I should not keep on feeling angry all the time, because that is going to damage my health. So, for only one reason, if you want to proceed with that one single reason, I think this will be a good idea, because it is very necessary for you to have a very clear point of view why you want to quit. Because here, if you go wrong, I want to forgive because I want to give a boost to my personality, then you will be just roaming here and there, reading one book and another, you'll be reaching nowhere. You should have a clear and concise reason. And I think this is the very good reason, because our health is our responsibility. So think about your health, think about your happiness, think about your joy, and then proceed the journey of forgiveness. So shall we start? Is it okay? So I have asked you last time to write the names of the person who you need to forgive or you want to forgive, including yourself. Okay, so forgiving yourself is very important in the whole forgiveness chapter. So you have to keep on writing the names of the people who have harmed you, or you are angry in a smaller or bigger manner, or you just want to release that episode, you want to release that emotion from your um, memory. So you just write those names. That's why I have asked you to keep the pen and paper ready. So I think most of you have done the homework. If you have not, please write the name of all the people that come to your mind. And if not, just for learning the process, write one name that comes to your mind um, most predominantly. Just write that name and we'll start the process. You will learn the process and then you can repeat it as many times with as many people, as many situations as it is needed. Okay. So we have done the part one. Now you have to go slow and patiently with yourself. You don't have to think, because when we are thinking, we are not reaching anywhere. We sometimes we become so drowsy that we are falling asleep. So we are just releasing the thoughts on pen and paper. So whatever we are doing exercise, we are all things we are writing down, and writing is also a very good release in itself. And it is a clear cut, the whole scenario will be in front of you. Suppose you are tired, or suppose a phone call comes and you left the process in between, you can come again and you can start the process from that point on. So it is not a 2 minutes task that you will be able to do in just one go. Sometimes when it is difficult to forgive, it may take 2 to 3 days for you to complete the process. So go slow, go easy. If you need support, that you will be tired, you will be crying, make sure that there is someone who is ready to listen to you, who is ready to reconcile, or give you a support. And if you don't have anyone, find a therapist who can just listen to you, find a good friend who can give you a listening ear. Because sometimes I don't know how difficult your trauma was, how difficult the situation was, so rate that situation, how bad it was. Now, you have to answer a few questions relating to that person and relating to that particular event that you are choosing today to forgive. So look at that situation and whatever has happened between two of you, which aspect of that whole scenario you are taking personally. What is hurting you? What is the one sentence or one word or one gesture that is giving you pain? Just write that down. And if nothing comes to your mind, just don't worry. Whatever comes to your mind at first, whenever I ask the question, whatever thought comes to your mind, just write it down. Tomorrow you will be able to clear the process. You can redo the process again. But what aspect of that uh, situation have you taken personally? What is your blame to that person? Put the word that you use for blaming the person. Uh, was he bullying you? Was he overpowering you? Was he insensitive toward you? There are many. You can use one word. You can use 10 words. It's okay. Whatever you felt, you felt. So you think of yourself as a victim here. So there is a victimizer, and you are the victim. What happened? What were the one particular thing that you have taken emotionally? Now, have you told this event to someone? Right? Yes or no? Have you told the event to many people? Yes or no? Have you told this situation to many people many times? Did you have to write it on your paper? Okay. So I'm going a little fast because we have to do a lot of things. And when we go slow, the thought process doesn't change because whatever comes to our mind is the most authentic feeling. So, do you blame the person for how he made you feel or maybe made you act? Because sometimes when the person made you too angry, you might have done something that was not morally or socially correct. Any part of the day, do you feel that you're talking to the person and explaining the situation or explaining your anger to that person? Is it happening with you? How many years have passed when this event has occurred? Are there only one character in your story or are there many people involved? Who are the other people involved? What was their role? What were they also the central character or they were the supporters of that person or they were the person who just witnessed the event silently? Someone who has not come forward to support you, that person can also make you angry because you needed support at the right time and the person kept silent. Are you still angry? If the event has taken place long time back, observe, is your narrative changed? When you tell the story to someone, do you still tell with the same amount of anger or it has reduced, but it is still have a bitter pain in your mind and body? What are the suggestions that you get when you tell the story to someone or when you meet the offender, when you seek out support, when you ask the when you reach out to the offender and tell that I am angry because you have done this and this, what are the responses that you get? Write down 2 3 main responses that you get. Have you all done this?
Swatiji, response from the
Pardon?
responses from the person that
Respond from the person to the offender. What response did he give when you told him that I feel hurt, I don't like what the way you behaved? You reached out to that person to solve the issue, and what is the answer that the person gave? Obviously the answer was not a happy one. That's why you were not, you need to forgive him today. So you need to write that answer. Or maybe the other person around you in your friend and family gave you some advice that how to look or reflect at that situation. Are you being told that you are overreacting to the situation and you can do this? This is a trivial matter. Are you being told and you are angry on this also? Now, this is the this is a point. This gives us a point of view that there are many characters involved. Maybe the one who was present there at the time of the event, and the other are those who are giving you the advices, and you are being heard with all of them. So now I take the responsibility of everything that has happened to me. Write down that sentence. I take the responsibility of whatever has happened to me. The second sentence that you will write is that that person behaved as in what he felt right. It has nothing to do with me. So if he shouted, it is his anger issues. It is not something that I may have really done wrong. There may be only the gap in thinking pattern. So I am not taking this personally. This is the issue related not to me, but to that person's emotional state. Maybe he has tantrum issues, maybe he has the anger issues, maybe he treats everyone like this. And write the third sentence. From today, I'm going to change this story. So now the real process of forgiveness starts. Okay. So now, for a second, just close your eyes and feel where you're feeling the anger or the strongest emotion related to the event and person. Where in body you are feeling that emotion, and what is that emotion? So you have to find out two things: what is the emotion, and where in body you are feeling that emotion. Write it down. The next question you'll be asking yourself: how this event has affected my life, health, career, happiness, relationship. How many aspects it has touched? If it has touched aspects, how deeply it affected my life. The next question is, if you don't resolve it today, will you still have the problems that you have written now? Will you still have all those problems in your future? Can your health, your career, your relationship, and many other aspects, can they be better without you going ahead with the forgiveness process? Now, one bitter question. What are you gaining from keeping the situation as it is? You're not forgiving the person, you're telling the story to the people, you're crying, you're lying down, you're being unproductive. What are you gaining? Because it is believed that whatever we are doing to our mind and body, there is something that tells us that there are benefits to keep it that way. There must be some perks. Are you getting attention? Are you getting love or sympathy of someone? Are you able to pity yourself or blame your failures for the reason that, okay, I am so tired, or I am so fuzzed up, or I am so, emotionally in a bad shape. That's why I cannot perform well. Are you using it as a scapegoat? Are you getting love, attention, or sympathy and you are enjoying that? If not, okay. If yes, be brutal, be clear, be honest with yourself. Write it there. Because if you are getting a single perk, you are not going to let it go. And then you will say that, okay, I tried to forgive, but I have not forgiven. I did, the situation is still the same. So make sure, will you really let it go? Do you really want to let it go? Do you really let it go? These are two questions, basically. You should be very clear in your motive, why you want to release all these thoughts. If it is not clear, then it is not going to be healed. Okay, so you have been brutal to yourself. You gave honest answers to yourself. Some of them, if you are writing religiously, some of them might have startled you. Some of might have felt, oh, I was feeling that. So is it revealing a corner of you, a side of you that you were unaware of? If yes, then you have more perks, more reasons to go ahead. So we have seen that there is anger in our body. Okay, what is that anger telling you? What is the one sentence that comes to your mind when you think about that anger? Where in body you're feeling that? How strong is that emotion? Just close your eyes and once again feel that pain. Feel it completely. How much it has damaged you, how much your personality changed after that. Have you started speaking bitterly? You used to do so many good things. Now you don't do. Now you don't look that good. Now your health is not that good. Now your relationship are not that good. How much is the pain? Feel all the pain, all the areas connected to that one particular incident. Feel the anger, feel the sadness, feel the helplessness, feel the revenge feeling it is causing you, feel the bitterness that it is causing you. So I'm giving you some time, just feel it completely. Now I will pronounce few emotions. Feel them and observe how strongly you feel them from 0 to 10. How that emotion is sitting in your body. Anger, resentment. Think, things could have been better or different if this particular event has not been happening, has not happened in my life. Blame, How many people are you blaming? Are you blaming yourself? How deep is that blame? Hurt, sadness, grief. Has it created fear in your mind? Are you afraid of going to meet new people or going to certain places post that event? Mistrust after that event. Do you feel that trusting situations and people have become difficult for you? How much of betrayal you have felt? Shame, guilt. We always feel we could have done this, we could have said that, we could, हम वहां जाते ही नहीं. What if I have not gone there, this thing might not have happened. Rage. Do you feel anxiety? Is there some disappointment, some frustration? How much of your joy is lost? How much of your peace is lost? How the beauty of your personality was affected? Have you done this much? Shall we move ahead? If you want, you can continue the process. I'll remain silent for some time. Please keep on observing. Is your breathing changing? And also keep on observing. These all emotions are felt only at one point in your body, or it is being felt in multiple organs? You're having headache, or maybe your knee pain is getting increased. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to do anything. You just have to observe right now. I'm going more deeper into that. If you have closed your eye, please keep it closed and just follow my voice. What is the main emotion, that signature emotion of that whole scenario? Let it come to the front. Now we have discussed all kind of emotions. You might have felt all the emotions in 1 or 2 degree, varying degrees. But what is the main, most important emotion that you are feeling connected to that particular situation? Next, what is the core belief that this whole scenario has given to you? What have you started feeling about yourself? I'm not good enough. I'm ugly. I am the noise creator. I should learn to be silent. I should behave more nicely, or maybe it can be different than this. What is the core belief that came to your mind about yourself? Now, one more important question. Is this a single event that has happened in your life, or there are similar multiple events that has happened in your life? We can call it a repeating pattern. We can call it that similar thing. Maybe the person comes, insults you again and again. Different people are coming in different way, they are insulting. You are being thrown out of your jobs by different reasons, but the process looks very much same. Is it a pattern? And what you feel about that pattern? Now detach yourself from whole story that we have created so far. Tell yourself that it was a story. It may be a story of my life, but that story is over. And this is a story. It has many characters. It has many villains. It has many ups and downs. It is an emotional story, but now the climax can be changed. The end is in my hand. I have still to write the last part of the story. So, how am I going to write it? Am I going to write that I was consumed by that rage? I finished after that event, or I want some new words, finish my story. This is my story. I have taken the responsibility of it. So that means whatever was written by me. And tomorrow, whatever will happen is also written by me. So I am going to make this story a different story. Do I want someone to sit by me tomorrow and tell that how much pain I feel because has happened? How dare somebody behave to me like that? Or do you want to tell somebody that I have this thing has happened? That person was emotionally disturbed. He misbehaved with me, and then I felt angry or hurt. But now I have started living like that. If you're feeling that when I have told you that this is the you have to write the story or you have written that story, what was the emotional block? One sentence that contradicting my statement. What write down that one sentence that came to your mind. That is the block that is not allowing you to be healed. Maybe you're saying to yourself, my situation is larger than Swati is imagining. It is difficult for me to forgive. That person is still doing me harm. And I am stuck. I don't want to forgive. I want this story to continue like that. If any of these thoughts are coming to your mind, these are the blocks. Now we have understood all the story from all point of view. Now we are creating miracles to happen in our life. Last time somebody has hurt you, disrespected you, or misbehaved with you in a certain manner. Tomorrow, there will be a miracle. You will be being treated in very, very nice manner by someone. Why and how this miracle is going to happen? That's very important question. Why and how that miracle is going to happen? Now, You have closed your eyes, just imagine yourself before that event, how you used to look, how you used to behave, how what was your performance levels, or maybe any time younger than this time, a superior one, a healthier one. Look at that version as if you are looking at the mirror and ask yourself, what is my special talent? What is the special gift that I am born with? What is the one thing that I'm always appreciated for? What is the one thing that is so wrong with my body that it is obstructing my daily life? Is it some disease that is hurting you? You have to take the pill and then you feel sorry for your body. You feel guilt and shame. You kept the anger maybe a month long, or maybe some years, maybe some months. I don't know how old your story is. Has that event make you grow in any way? Do you have a growth story? Because of that person or that event that happened, I learned new skills. I grew emotionally strong. Then, if yes, then that event has actually helped you. The core wounds that we have discussed, anxiety, rage, and everything, list of that, have they harmed you or they helped you to grow? Have they helped you to read books, make you go to some, uh, some lineage, some good learning, maybe reading scriptures, going to religious panels? Have you started something because you felt so much emotional disturbance in your mind and body? So this is the second perk maybe you have gained related to that one particular person or event. Now, what is the one thing that you want to happen related to that particular situation? Do you want the person to be in agony and pain? Do you want the situation to be changed completely and the person came and start apologizing to you? Do you want that you can become good friends? What is the one thing that you want in your story? Or you just want whatever has happened. I just want to move. What insights, what information that particular situation has given to you? I'm giving, I'm going fast because I don't want to give the rational mind or the frontal lobe of your mind to be activated. You have to think about all this in a very subconscious manner. So are you ready to forgive now? You have looked at all aspects of the situation. Now you know why you need to forgive, what has happened, what changes it brought, what growth opportunities it brought. Now you know you have talked to yourself in a much calmer, saner way about the same situation. If there were any perks, you have observed them also. If there is some harms that has physically happened, you have observed that. person. Now, this was your old story, and now we have to write a new story where you are the hero, not the victim of your story. Till now, if you are talking to a therapist or talking to a friend, you're telling about the story from a victim's point of view. You were a victim there. But now you will say that I have taken into account all the aspect of that situation. I have decided to change that situation. Now I am the most courageous one in my own eye, and I am the hero. So you are the central character now, not the offender. You are the one who is going to create the miracles. You are the center of the story. You are the hero of the story. You are the writer of the story. And you are determined that my story needs to be changed and will be changed. Are you feeling any resistance when I say so? If yes, please write that down. You should have a very strong perk, strong reason to forgive. And I have given you one very strong reason that I am forgiving to stop giving pain to my mind. Stop chatting over the same issue. I want to chat on new subjects. I want to be free with my time. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to be physically healthy. So, all these things are quite big positive intentions. Now, imagine the same, all the people that was there at the time when this event happened, including yourself. Invite all of them in front of your eyes and say them positively and strongly that whatever has happened in the past. I forgive you and I release you. When you say, I release you, see them going away and getting smaller and vanishing. From tomorrow, they can be still in your life, but you won't feel any connection, any emotional connect with that person. And tell them, I don't release you because I feel that you have done something that was okay. I release because I love myself. I'm being selfish. I love myself. So I release you. If you can't say the word, I forgive you, sometimes it feels very shabby. Just say, I release you from my life. Even if that person is your spouse, your close friend, your children, you may still have to physically live with the same group of people, but you can still say, I release you. You release all the pain, all the memories, everything related to that. If you feel like crying, say it, cry, but still keep on saying, I forgive you. I release you from my life. And I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for selfish reason. I am the hero of my story. I am writing my story. I'm taking charge of my story and I am responsible for whatever has happened. And I am responsible for whatever will be happening. Look at yourself. Are you angry on yourself too? Do you feel that you could have done or performed differently during the event or after the event, or maybe before the event? If you were educated properly, if that could not have happened, if you were not eaten and you were not fatty, that person could not have body shamed you, blah, blah, blah. So, are you angry on yourself? Do you feel guilt and shame with yourself? So, stand as if you are standing there in front of you and tell yourself, I did my best. That was the only thing I could have done with the amount of knowledge, courage, and wisdom I had at that age. This was the only thing that I could have done. So don't be angry with me. Please forgive. You're asking forgiveness with yourself. Your past self is asking forgiveness from your present self. And your present self wants to change the story. He has the selfish reasons to rewrite the new version. You cannot be the hero of your story if you are still a villain in your story. So you have the reason to forgive yourself. Now you're looking at the story with a totally different angle. So tell yourself, I forgive you. I love you. I have judged you many times, but I know that was the best thing that you could have done. With the knowledge you had, with the courage you had, the wisdom you had, that was the best version of you. Now the time has passed, I have evolved, I have learned, and I have different intentions. So now I have become the better version of myself. I can think differently, so I can release and forgive myself. If that situation or the person who has harmed you helped you in any way to grow, just thank them. Show some gratitude to them that because you have fired me from that particular job, you humiliated me. I learned a lot many things. I was I applied to different colleges and jobs. Now I'm better placed. You may have a different story, but you can still find if you have grown in any way, you have the reason to thank or be grateful. Do that. Now a new story has been created where you are the hero. You as a villain has been pardoned. The other villains are gone, dead, or maybe vanished, you defeated them with your positive intentions. If the person who you have chosen to forgive is dead long ago, you still have to repeat the same version, but in a more spiritual form, in a spirit form, not in a human form. But I believe you have all chosen living people. So the story is changed, it is rewritten. Now, some time has passed when you have done this forgiveness process. You have to visualize, imagine that particular time. It may be a week ahead or a month ahead or a year ahead. You have forgiven, you have released. The pattern is gone, the anger is gone. How light you are feeling, how, how many things have changed. Is your health improving? There were many good qualities that you had before the event, that all good qualities have come back to you. How are you feeling when all positive things are coming in your life? What is happening? How things are changing? How people are changing when you have become a stronger version of yourself? Have all a 360-degree angle view of the whole situation, the future situation. Observe your breathing. Has it changed? Are you feeling drowsy, relaxed, and sleepy after doing all the long exercises that you have done right now? Or are you feeling energized, enthusiastic? I'm feeling very happy and enthusiastic, hoping that all those who have joined today's session will have a different personality, will have a different life from tomorrow onward. This is giving me a lot of enthusiasm. Are you ready to welcome the new version of yourself? If yes, you can repeat the same process. If you feel that I have tried, but still there are some emotions still left in my body, you can repeat the whole process with the same situation and same people once again, or maybe 2, 3 times. Because if something has happened long time ago and has a deep traumatic impact on our mind, we may need few sessions to resolve it completely. But be determined Be sure that unless you feel the release, you feel the lightness in your mind and body, you are going to repeat it. So you can repeat the same session with the same people, or maybe if there is a list of people or list of situations that you need to forgive, you can do the whole process with different situations. Depending on how painful they were, how difficult the forgiveness is, how traumatic the experience was, you might need few sessions. But once you have taken the path, once you have decided that you are going to do this, please follow the procedure to the end. Don't leave it half-hearted. Because what is happening, if you have touched the emotions, you have touched the memory, and you have not resolved it, you have left a wound open. So you've started the surgery, don't leave it halfway. Complete it. And after completion is whenever you have a fever or a surgery, you take a few days rest. You allow your body to heal. You allow your body to become normal. Just don't expect everything to change just after an hour or after 24 hours. Give yourself healing time. Be patient with yourself. Be full of love. Keep applying. As after the surgery, what we do, we keep applying the balm or we keep eating the antibiotics. So keep having the positive affirmations, keep having the healing procedure, keep doing it multiple times for few days ahead. Maybe you need 21 days rest, maybe you need 7 days rest, maybe you need um, pill antibiotic to be taken thrice a day. Depends on how traumatic the experience was, how deep the healing is happening. And if the multiple things are getting cured, you need rest, you need love, you need care. So talk to your family members, talk to someone or who can help you during this process. You will be meditating more, you will be doing more breathing exercises, you will be sleeping more because you need to evolve out of that gloom that has happened. So there should be someone. If you don't have someone and you can hire, please do that. And if you can't hire also, make sure before starting the process or whenever you have a little uh, time and energy left, arrange everything, make plans, go easy, go slow, but take yourself to the end beautifully, flowingly, gliding. No force should be done. This is a healing process. This should be done with compassion, understanding towards yourself that this is a body that has been in pain for such a long. It is not easy to just come out of it in a go. But yes, the process has started. A new version of you is coming out. So start welcoming the positive changes that are going to come in your life from tomorrow. Best of luck. So this is the end of today's session on forgiveness in a practical way. So lot many times might have heard about forgive, forgive. This is a good virtue. You should do that. But you were not able to do that. Repeat this process. Do it with complete trust, and you will see the positive results happening and happening beautifully. Yes, Varshaji.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Swati. It was a wonderful meditation and it was a wonderful process. Although I had no one to forgive, I mean, I did not have any, and I don't have any issue with anybody. But it was a wonderful process which I will use for my clients. It was, I mean, I usually do it, but this was a little more elaborate and I liked the process. So it was, yeah. And I think, and just today only I saw one client who really needs this. So I'm going to use this process with her. Yeah,
Very nice.
Yeah, it was very,
Somebody is going to be affected somewhere with my effort.
yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
most
No,
beautiful.
it was really, really beautiful. And I think I'll use this for her because she really needs this. And
Good.
yeah, lovely, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Sanjeev ji. So finally, you were able to release or forgive the recent episode or not?
I had already done that.
Already done that. Beautiful. Enjoyed the process?
Very much. Very nice.
So nice. So that's the end of the process today.